We're here today to talk to you about the school budget. My name is Judy Simino. I've been in the financial services business for about 35 years now and a Gray resident. And with me,
hi, I am Sue Fuller. I am from Gray, and I have been in the school finance business for 26 years, and I've put together school budgets for the last 24 years. And I would like to talk to you about the budget for MSAD 15, Gray New Gloucester. And I've typed up a sheet here, and if you can zoom in on that. I want to just start back in 2021. The budget was $28 million, and at the end of the school year, they had unspent $2 million. And then we'll just skip down to 23-24. The budget was $31 million. They had they spent $29 million, and there was $2 million left. And this year, they're doing the exact same thing. They're over budgeting, and that's what we're here to talk to you about. I went to a few of the school board budget meetings, and one of the school board members, Sam Fifield, he said this right in the meeting: we need to do a better job at budgeting. We are way over budgeting. So I had hoped that this year would be different, but it's not. And then in that same meeting, the superintendent stated that she needs to have $800,000 on hand at all times to cover payroll. Well, that to me isn't truly correct. They have approximately $7 million of fund balance on hand. And if a town is a day or two late, you just use your fund balance until it comes in. And in my time of being in finance, I can only really remember one time that DOE had reduced our income in the middle of the year, and that was probably 10 or 12 years ago. And they reduced it in February, March, so you put a freeze on, and we got through the school year just fine. So I wanted to mention that. And the other thing I wanted to mention that I found in the school budget was the superintendent's salary. The salary that is in the budget is $173,352. They budgeted 5% over Dr. King's budget, and what we have is a brand new superintendent. She's been in her job a few years. So I'm thinking that $173,000 for a brand new superintendent is a little much. And then the benefits all totaled $43,158. So the total package is $216 plus thousand. So I just wanted to make the public aware of that, so you can make a judgment when you go to vote. And I'll turn this back over to Judy.
so what Sue was referencing is you probably all have gotten the brochure in the mail. It's a very pretty, glossy brochure in regards to the school budget and the information in here. But what we want you to pay attention to is the graph down here is actually talking about what Sue was mentioning. This graph is actually showing you budgeted, the amount budgeted for every year. It doesn't have actual numbers about what was spent, and that's not correct. Because really what we should go by when we do a budget is we should be looking at how much did you spend last year or the year before in these categories, and then you create your new budget based on that. You don't base your budget on budget year after budget. You really go about it with expenditures. So what Sue is trying to tell you here is that every year it's been about $1.5 million to $2 million over budgeting every year for many years now. And what that's causing here is that's causing a lot of money being held by the school. The school's got about $7 million, not even counting this year's money. And so you're looking at possibly $9 million, maybe $8 to $9 million in taxpayers' money that they're sitting on. Some of it's been assigned, some of it's been committed, but that's an awful lot of money being held back from taxpayers. This year alone, Sue and I had looked at the budget this year and actual numbers of what's been spent so far, and we were figuring around 31 to 32 million, and they budgeted 33 or more than 33 million. So we're looking at an additional several million again over budget. But if we're going to take this year's 35 million they're asking for, based on 31 or 32 million from the prior year expenses, actual expenses, then they're going to be over budgeting by about $3.5 million again this year. So the budget increase based on actual numbers, is going to be about 11% increase. It's not going to be 5.99. They're going over budget year, not actual expenditures. So it's very misleading on what's been proposed here. So your increase is going to be about 11%. We feel that's a disservice to taxpayers. We're not looking for children to have any less education or cut teachers' pay or anything, and you will find that we have looked at that, and there is a lot of great salaries in the school. But we're mostly concerned about the taxes being increased year after year. So we need your help. Sue and I have looked through the budget because we do know how to look through a budget. And we need your help, though, because we don't want people to be taxed out of their homes. And so we need your help to go in and vote this down. And she'll tell you a little bit more about when you can go do that. But it's very important that you help us help the people in the town of Gray. So, Sue?
Yes, I'd like to say one more comment. This next year, they will be doing a new teachers bargaining agreement for, I think it starts 2026, 2027. So if we increase this budget a lot this time, when they do a new teacher's contract, it's going to go up a lot.
Yeah.
So we've got to get it under control now. And this year would be a perfect year. I tried to explain this last year, and it didn't happen, but I'm hopeful this year, with another 2.2 million left, that people will come out to vote. When you come to vote, it has to be in person. We have to get it approved, and it's going to be on Thursday, May 22nd at 6:30 in the high school cafeteria. You have to be in person, and if you're not in person, the budget will pass. What usually happens is, last year, the principal of the high school called every parent in his school and asked them to make sure that they attend. They will ask all employees to bring them families, and they'll attend. So my past couple of years' experiences is usually about 60 yeses and 20, maybe 30 no's. So if this upsets you that they've got this much money left, you need to come to that meeting in person and vote. If you don't want to raise your hand and vote, we can ask for a ballot. 10% of the people need to raise their hand and say they want a paper ballot, and we can vote by paper. So again, this is going to hurt senior citizens. This is going to hurt our veterans. This is even going to hurt families. They do not need this much money. Every year they put back in towards the budget. This year I think it was 1,250,000. Last year they put back 1,500,000. What's the sense? Just lower the budget. So please join us, and I hope to see you at the budget meeting on Thursday, May 22nd at 6:30 at the high school cafeteria. Thank you very much. Please come to vote.
Thank